of active connections, I think leads to the basis of a lot of supernatural thinking. Now sometimes the solutions that come up with are actually woefully incorrect. And I'm going to prove this to you. So I'd like you to first just look at this next video, and I want you to tell me what you think this man is saying.
Ba 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 ba.
One more time.
Ba 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 ba.
Hands up if you heard da 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 da. Great, okay. Now, same piece of tape. Close your eyes.
Ba 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 ba.
What did you hear? Baba. It's the same piece of tape. What's happened there is the brain's taken two inconsistent bits of information, the auditory tract, the visual tract. They don't seem to work. It's put it together, and it's come up with the wrong solution. And that's an example of how the brain can create a reality which isn't really there. We know this is the case also for visual illusions. For example, there's a square. Well, most of us think there's a white square there. There isn't, but it's a solution that the brain comes up with, okay? We can't see the middle section of this rod moving backwards and forwards, but our brain is filling in and saying, well, yeah, it must be there. And in all these examples, whether it's the McGurk effect, by the way, the Baba Dada, or these perceptual illusions, they're operating even in the youngest babies. Their brains are already wired to try and understand all this input. And they're filling it in, and sometimes the solutions that they come up with are in fact incorrect. So imagine what happens when you start to build more complex explanations of the world, not just perception. Let's think about understanding, coming up with theories to explain the world. This is where we get into the realms of what I call intuitive theories. These are theories which are not taught. These are ones that children spontaneously come up with by themselves, okay? And we know, and I haven't got time to tell you about all the experiments, but they're reasoning about the unseen physical properties of the world. They're thinking about the unseen living properties of the world. They understand the difference between their pet Fido and the refrigerator. And they're thinking about Fido having a mind. They're starting to think about things. But occasionally they get them wrong. Sometimes they think, well, maybe physical objects have feelings. These sorts of misconceptions where you take a property from one domain and misapply it to another are the basis of what you could call supernatural thinking. So what's an intuitive theory? What do I mean by a theory? Well, it's intuitive because it's spontaneous and they're not taught. It's a theory because it gives an explanatory framework. It allows the child to make predictions. That's what theories do. But like all theories, including scientific ones, they're very difficult to modify. So I'm going to show you an example now of an intuitive theory in a 2.5-year-old. It's not a supernatural theory. It's actually one which is generally correct. Namely, that when you drop something, it falls straight down. Now, normally that's the case, unless, of course, you drop it into something like a tube, where, of course, it just follows the pattern or the path of the tube. Now, in that situation, you think, well, okay, you might get it wrong the first time, but you should soon figure it out. But not if you're in the grip of a theory. So watch this 2.5-year-old and see how he struggles to try and understand or get over his theory.
Where is it?
It's gone.
Which box is it in?
That book.
Go and find it then.
It's that book.
No. Where is it? You've got to find it. Where is it? Which box is it in?
That book.
No. Steady. Can't find it. Where is it?
Okay, we could be here for another 20 minutes. Believe me, he doesn't get it right, okay? Now, kids do solve this eventually. But the interesting thing is that I don't think that these misconceptions ever really truly go away. I think they get filed under redundant theories in the back of our minds that can sometimes reemerge. You can get that same behavior in an adult under the right circumstances. The gravity error is actually always with us in a lot of the time. And I think that's a general principle of the central nervous system. It doesn't necessarily abandon or throw away previous representations. They kind of get stored away. And sometimes, in the case of supernatural beliefs, they can re-emerge under the right circumstances, when you're under stress, when you're a bit concerned about things. So that's something to bear in mind. Okay. So why am I showing you this picture? Oh, okay, right, patterns, patterns. Remember I said you can't stop yourself seeing patterns? Well, one pattern that I've been studying is human faces. We seem to have almost a template to see faces all the time. It's something that we're just really wired up to do. And Beth DeLittle, the artist, has done a beautiful job of demonstrating this propensity to see faces